Hey guys, it is Brido here, and welcome to episode 46 of our Liverpool Career Mode series. In today's episode, we have 3 games for you, all preseason games, so we'll see the team in action, the new team, with the new acquisitions we got, the new formation, and you guys can see how that's working out thus far, and also we'll get to see those new guys playing as well. And while we're jumping into these games here too, I wanted to talk about a couple things regarding the channel. As to start off with, we kind of threw around the idea of doing a live stream for episode 50, and I'm pretty sure we can say this is a go now. I can't say for sure when this will be because I want to work out some specifics on that. A couple of you guys were asking for it to be on YouTube, be a YouTube live stream. Me personally, I can't do YouTube live streams. With the current partnership I have a YouTube partnership, which means I can monetize certain stuff that I have the rights to, and a couple extra perks, but really I can't do a YouTube live stream because I don't have the option to on my channel. That might change, as I said in my channel update that I did a couple days ago. I'm looking into the possibility of doing a partnership deal with a network, so if that does come into place, then things might change. So I'm not too sure at this point, but that's something to throw around, and definitely it'll be on the weekend, not this weekend, maybe next weekend, but I'll give you guys plenty of heads up and let you know for sure what's going on at least 3 days ahead of in advance. So if you guys want to jump in on that, you guys will be able to definitely check that out. And as I said too, it'll be archived, so you won't need to worry about it if you miss it because it'll be all up after the fact. So if you want to check it out, yes, it'll be a very long video when it is up, but it'll still have everything that would have been there if you were checking out the live stream. And yeah, so that's that there, and we can jump into the game here against Lazio. It's our first game with the new team, the new formation. This was a really great game for me. I had a lot of fun in it. Edison Cavani gets the goal 3 minutes in. David Laba sitting in the center mid role. He gets the second goal of the game, and it was a great goal too. 2 really nice goals overall, and I was happy with the kind of the play that was built from there as we were doing some nice passing, really created some space for that player in the middle, and then he was able to take a nice shot, not too close to the net, but still build off a really great build-up play there from the guys, and that kind of comes from the fact that we have more of a central attack now rather than this split attack where we were really able to come down the wings in previous times with the team. But with the new formation, it's very more core center. We do have the left mid and the right mid, but they sit farther back, so they're not really in the offensive play as much. And as we go into the second half here, I want to talk a little bit about other stuff I'm doing on my channel. Currently, I'm posting up that BioShock Infinite series right now, and I hope you guys are enjoying it if you're into that type of thing. And that's something I just really wanted to do because I've had the issue with the Assassin's Creed series when I posted it up, and I wanted to really just do a full series of my new capture card, kind of like a test scenario. I know I'm really not going to get a massive amount of views of it just because of the fact that it's going to be such a covered series, but so many different people on YouTube, so many different great walkthroughs will be up, and it's going to be harder for mine to really catch the spotlight compared to some of the other stuff I've done in the past. But it's kind of like a little bit of a trial for me to figure out how it feels, how the new capture card works, and really just trying to get my kind of a sense of the overall tendencies I can do and how much I can upload in a certain walkthrough when I'm going to be doing stuff in the future. Now, one thing I want to touch on, and this is something that I feel kind of bad bringing up, but I just wanted to say it. If I know I do FIFA stuff on my channel, I do NHL stuff on my channel, which is a bit of a divide between those two things, and I really appreciate you guys watching one series or the other. If you watch all the stuff, that's really awesome too. But one thing I wanted to say is if you're not interested in the BioShock Infinite stuff, I know it pops up in your feed and you're like, it's not the FIFA stuff I want to see. But yeah, if you're not interested in it, just leave it be. You don't have to check it out or anything like that. But I put a lot of hard work into that stuff too, so I really appreciate when you do guys watch it and give me the support for the content. But again, I just wanted to say that no matter what, it's totally cool. And I know that maybe it is a little bit jarring when you see like 4 or 5 different things of the same thing, and it isn't FIFA or whatever. But I want to do stuff on the channel that is FIFA. I want to do FIFA content, but I also want to play around with some other stuff. And I'm not really going to do big walkthrough series like that all the time. It's more like going to be smaller stuff that I find a lot of fun and just want to get the word out on something, or a series that I think is really cool. And also there's other stuff too regarding like FIFA and NHL, where I live in Victoria, which is very close to Vancouver, which is the head EA studio for the NHL series and the FIFA series. So I'm hoping when it comes to the new cycle of games coming around that I can pop over there, get some cool info on it, and check out how the games are coming around. I'm no guarantees at all on that at all because I haven't talked to anybody about that, but I'm hoping that might be a possibility. So I want to do some stuff that's going to be a bit different regarding that, and also if I am able to get a potential partnership deal, that's going to really open the door for me to do a lot of cool content on the channel and really expand on actually my sports content too, meaning that right now I'm restricted to certain stuff that I'm doing because, one, I don't have, it sounds bad, but I don't have the time to sustain something when I'm not making a lot of money on it. Because when I'm posting these FIFA videos right now, I'm not making a dime on them at all. I'm just doing them for the fun of posting them because you guys are awesome and I really enjoy, the fact that you guys actually started checking out my stuff back in the fall was crazy and amazing to me. I'm extremely grateful to have a following of you guys that watch and are interested in my content that I post. But if I'm actually able to get a partner deal, that opens the door for me in a way that I can actually post more content that I can actually make money off of, that sustains me in a way. This sounds weird to some of you because I'm in college. I have to pay my college bills. I have to pay a bunch of other bills too. So when it comes down to it, I really enjoy doing this as a hobby. But then a lot of times I have either a paper to do because that's school, or I have work to go to because I got to make money from that. But the cool part about actually getting into a partnership type of scenario like that is I get to make more money off the content that I make off the channel, which in turn actually makes more money for me on a daily basis from this, which actually lets me work less at my work. And when I get to work less at my work, that actually means that I get to do more FIFA content, more other stuff like that. So that's a really cool thing that I'm trying to shoot for with the potential partnership deals, that I'm not, in any ways have these crazy dreams of doing this for a living or anything like that, but it's a really cool hobby for me, and if I can actually spend more time doing it and commit myself kind of in the same level that I had myself at in the fall, then that's something that I really want to do. But in order for me to do that, I need to get to the point where I got that potential deal that actually lets me monetize my content on a regular basis, and I'm able to make a solid amount of money off it, that I can say to my work, hey, I'm not going to work, let's say, 25, 30 hours a week. I'm only going to work 10 or 15 hours a week. And then that time that I have from that gets spent on doing it on actual video game content, which sounds pretty sweet to me. And I kind of got to do it a little bit when I started the channel, but really working by yourself, and I'll tell you guys this, working by yourself with YouTube and AdSense is a pain in the butt. And I don't recommend it. I've put the time in now after kind of taking a break because I was really frustrated with it, to realize that if I want to do stuff, and which I really want to do, post stuff on the channel, that the partnership is the way to go. So I'm going to have, again, more info on that when it comes around. I'm sorry for being kind of boring and talking about this info, but I hope you guys understand. I just want to let you know what's going on with everything and keep you up to date with where the channel's going, which, if anything like that happens, would be really good for the channel. So with that said, let's jump to another topic that's kind of eating at me right now. We didn't really talk about it at the beginning of the episode, but something that happened at the end of the last episode was the fact that Steven Gerrard is probably going to retire at the end of the season. He hasn't said 100% yes, that's what's going to happen, but he's leaning towards it, and it's kind of one of those, maybe it's going to happen, maybe it isn't. And with the stats, or the way his stats have kind of been falling, and not that I'm not going to give him time, but the fact that he has had less time played last season compared to the season before, and probably is going to be closer to a lower amount this time around too. I'm assuming that he's probably going to put the end to the career at the end of the season. So that leaves us in a really interesting position, because we have a lot of midfielders right now. I feel very confident with a lot of them, and with him in that kind of role right now, I think that we're going to see him have an important role this season. I want to have a great season for him. If this is going to be his last season, I want to win as much as we can in general. He hasn't won a Premier League title. That would be amazing to win in his last season. We have to wait and see, obviously, but things are looking pretty good in the preseason here, and I'm hoping that we can give him a really good sending off if it's going to be a sending off, and if not, we still have a great season. He wants to come back for another one. That is an awesome thing as well. But as this is the last game of the episode, let's focus a little bit on the gameplay here. And sorry if my voice sounds a little bit quieter, a little bit tired. It's because it's pretty late at night, and I want to get this up for you guys today. Or tonight, or whenever it posts. I don't really know when it will, but I'll be posting it at my time at like 1 a.m. or something like that. But yeah, so jumping into the game here, minor problem happened around the 25th minute or so. Luis Suarez went down with an injury there, so we had to bring on Danny Pacheco in his spot instead. And the first half was very good. We had good control of the game, and Suarez scored a really great goal, if you could see that one there. It was a bit of just a long shot that found the bar, and it really was from an angle that essentially hit the side of the bar and went straight into the net, but it was one of those that the replay played 3 times, and I was like, yeah, there we go, that's a great goal for this one. And here's one that looks a lot worse, is we just pretty much pass it, and then finally find Merkel on the wing there. He puts the ball away. It's 2-0 in this game, and in theory, I think that would be a really sweet goal if you saw that in real life, but the way the animations look in this game, that just looks absolutely horrible when you're seeing it play out there. But yeah, we got the 2-0 lead in this one. Danny Pacheco trying to get one there just wide. And we did a great job in this game. I know that they're probably not on the same level as we are, but we scored a lot of goals that were just kind of these crazy screamer shots. Not an insane screamer from 40 yards out or something like that, but just these balls go in the net that I was not expecting whatsoever, and they were really clipping the corners too, so I give a little bit of credit to our players, but I also have to say that whoever's in net for the other team wasn't really doing the best of his abilities in this one. At least it was 4-0 at the 79th minute mark, and at this point, you know what happens sometimes, at least this is my opinion, when you have a really big lead like this, it just seems like the CPU becomes this insane robot that you cannot stop. And they absolutely turned it on, got that goal there, which I thought was a little bit of a BS goal there. And it was a great play and great setup, but it just didn't, it felt like they just went tic-tac-toe goal right after we scored. We scored a really gross goal there too to get a 5-1 lead in this game. And that's how this one's going to end. So we're going to get a 5-1 win, which I think is actually our best score that we've gotten in a game, and best result, I mean, in a game ever in our series. I know it's a preseason game, but 5-1 is a pretty good result from this. So I'm pretty happy, guys. We got 3 wins in the preseason. 1 was a little bit sketchy in the middle there, but the 2 on the ends were pretty much, you know, clean sheets almost to the very end, and great games overall. So I think we're doing pretty good, and I'm very excited to bring you episode 47, where we'll jump into the season, which will be in a couple days or so. But until then, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more in the future. Thanks, guys.